Kilo Delta 4, Uniform X-Ray Mexico, perhaps?
Close enough, sir. Repeat it one more time, though.
Yes, sir. Call here is Kilowatt Delta 4, Uniform X-Ray Mike, and the name is Buddy. Bravo Uniform Delta Delta Yankee. QTH is Florence, South Carolina. Florence FC. 94 degrees and bright sunshine, over.
Roger, buddy. Well, I've gone through the SDRs, and you're hottest to me on my local antenna near Louisville, Kentucky. So what radio are you running, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you a lot. Running an ICOM 7300 with about 400 watts running off of a ALS 600 and Alpha Delta DXCC antenna up about, well, it's a cloud burner. She's up about 25 feet, over.
Roger, roger. Now, the 7300, we do recommend running that compressor at about a 3. Engage the compressor at about a 3, and then move to your ALC and adjust your mic gain for mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC. And that being done, you should have about a 3 dB dynamic range with an average peak modulation of between 80 and 85%. Roger. Yeah, buddy, you still have a copy? Gosh, buddy, I did lose you there, sir. Come back and let me hear you, see if I can find, signals move around, and that's why we're running 4 SDRs in kind of a grid-like fashion, because as your signal moves around, we follow it with our internet SDRs. So, buddy, come back and let me hear you a little bit, sir.
Went up a little bit on the compression and went down a little bit on the mic gain, over.
Oh, Roger, I got you again good on my local receiver. So now tell me about your antenna real quick.
It's a Alpha Delta DXCC, and it's, of course, more or less it looks like a 3-wired dipole, and it's up about 20 or 25 feet.
Well, roger that. Yeah, it's sounding good. It looks like you're about just not quite a 3 dB, but close to it. So your average peak modulation is up nicely. And again, my pet peeve is always the articulation of the microphone, and I do suggest usually at least a couple of clicks more boost on the top end to add a little credence to the Clearwater there, because you want a very articulated, nice, bright audio that when you get down into the noise levels of folks' receivers, they can still hear your words and understand what they are, as opposed to just kind of mumbling when you get right down to the noise level. Roger?
Yes, sir. Roger. I appreciate it. When the 2 clicks on the high or the treble side, that sounds better, over?
Roger.
Okay, I appreciate the tips. I'll just lock it down right where it is, and sure do appreciate your time and your effort trying to get my audio a little bit better. Roger.
Now, I might have heard a little mouth noise in there. What kind of mic are you running?
Running the stock hand mic, factory supplied hand mic.
What radio? Okay, there's a secret to working that mic. You want to pull that mic up to the side of your mouth and work across it. Do not work directly into it. Pull it up and talk across it, and that way you'll solve all those transient problems. The best way also to really solve it is to go down to your music store and get you a foam windscreen. They make them now. They're about 3 inches deep, a foam windscreen. It'll fit right over that hand mic. Now, the hand mic is just beautiful, but it needs just a little help from a windscreen. Roger?
Yes, sir. Point well taken. I think I'll do that. I am talking across it now. Just have to direct me into it. And it seems to me another friend of mine told me that needed to be done too. appreciate you reiterating that subject. Thank you a lot. Appreciate your time, sir.
Roger, buddy. Three said, wait, so that's a great radio, and that's a great microphone. I don't know what it is, $3 or $4 for a foam windscreen, and man, you'll be, nobody can catch you. You'd be absolutely perfect right there. So we'll say threes, buddy, and thanks for checking in. If you get a chance, or you get down to that music store, give us a shout next Friday, and we'll compare notes and see what you sound like, Roger.
Part of the state. 73, sir, take care, God bless, and have a great weekend. From KD4UXM.
Roger, buddy. Three said, wait, sir, have a great weekend. We'll be posting this up on YouTube within the next couple of days, so if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page, and on that page you'll be looking for a Qso-Vlog entitled My Group Air Check 62119. My Group Air Check 62119. Roger?
Appreciate it and enjoy. I think you've done a great service here, and I really do appreciate your time, sir. 73, KD4UXM.
Roger, and this is Dr. VKV at the controls. That's our local title in the Louisville area, Dr. VKV, because we perform surgeries from time to time and help folks out. Usually, the patient survives and lives to be an old man, a loud old man, if all things are told and all the adjustments are made, because we are constantly doing tune-ups for folks, or helping them tune up their radios. We've done a bunch of 7300s, maybe 150 setups on 7300s, and probably about 40 or 50 7610s. I love the 7610 because it has an interesting thing called a drive, which is accessed through the quick menu in the front of the radio. And drive is just an exceptional device that you can close your dynamic range down to whatever you want. I have seen drive fully engaged, giving somebody about a half a dB of dynamic range, and still you could a very loud signal. If you're looking at the audio on a VU meter from a receiver, the meter is moving kind of like a plate voltmeter, just quivering between 0 and minus 1. It's just unbelievable. Instead of a normal unprocessed audio, it has what we call a 10 dB dynamic range, and if you're looking at that on the VU meter, as the person speaks, it's bouncing between all the way to the left and then all the way up to 0, which is kind of in the middle of the meter, and then all the way back down. And so as you start to fatten that signal, the meter starts to move less and less, because you're condensing the dynamic range. You're reducing the dynamic range as you add processing, like compression, which is part of it, and the other part is the limiting that occurs in your ALC circuit. And your meter on your radio is looking at the output of the limiter on your when you're monitoring ALC, and what it's trying to do is to keep a lid on the total volume to keep it from actually causing splatter. But you can run that ALC meter mid-scale to 2/3, which is what I recommend, and between that and running your compressor at about a 3, which is just a token amount of compression, between those two devices you'll come up with a 3 dB dynamic range, which means that your average percent of peak modulation will be between 80 and 85%. This is Dr. VKV, and this is the KC9VKV Qso-Vlog network, and we are listening.